That's making him go, cool. I know I can pour myself into you. I know I can trust you. Because if and when we go through a hard time, which inevitably happens in relationships, if you're going out with your friends, I know you're not just going to jump on some random guy.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't invested in you the way I have.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that some guys can be insecure.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, oh, well, if I'm not the best sex you've ever had, maybe you'll never be satisfied.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Has that ever happened? Do you feel like I'm going to ask you this question. Fuck it. Do you feel like there's been one guy who has ruined it for the rest of them? Has he just been like, shit, like no one's come close to that?
No, I've not had that. Sorry. I know you were hoping for an exciting.
No, I wasn't. I think it's good.
I think what it is when it may not be the intimacy.
Yep.
It may be just how things ended, and it's most likely whether they've ghosted me or they've just like dropped out, just completely gone.
Yeah.
And I then think I invest in the idea like, oh, I really miss them and the idea of them. But it's not actually that. It's more the fact that, no, I'm actually trying to chase them. It's that chase.
Get that validation.
It's the chasing rather than actually what it was intimately.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
But no one's blown me out the park yet. No.
Well, guys, if you listen to this, you're like, hey, listen, maybe I can
I'm joking.
Make my mark. You know how to find her. You know how to find her. Is there something else you want to talk about with this conversation today?
Let's have a look. What have we got?
I'll ask you one more thing.
I think we've kind of touched on it. I just basically want to build like a little package, like, right, what to do and not do when I'm going on a first date.
Talk to me.
What is it from? Yeah, we kind of touched on it really though. What are the key signs from a first date where you can actually say like, no, this guy is not serious about long term, but we have kind of touched on it. If there's anything else to add really to it.
Okay. Here's a really good question you can ask him. Like, what do you see your life looking like in 2 years?
You asking me?
No, as in like, no, that's what you can ask him.
Yeah.
Like, what do you see your life looking like in 2 years?
It's quite a deep question for a first date.
Yeah, but like, where do you? But I don't think that's that deep. Like, if someone's like, okay, where do you see yourself? You'd be like, okay, well, this is what I'm doing career-wise.
Yeah, true.
This is what I'm doing, like having these kind of fun experiences or whatever it is.
So don't ask them what flavour crisps they like.
No, I don't think that's going to tell you how. I mean, if he says cheese and onion, lock him down. If he says prawn cocktail, kick him to the curb.
Are you joking me?
Yeah, no, not prawn cocktail. I'm not about it.
What about paprika?
Like Walker's paprika?
No, you get Lillet's, you know, when you go to Europe.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Or
I don't
sweet
think
chili.
I've tried that.
Sweet chili's cracking.
Sweet chili's good.
Okay,
Sweet chili's,
right.
yeah, I'll take that. We'll take that. Bring crisps next time. But yeah, I would say, but the reason I would say that is because, okay, usually guys will lead with their professional career or whatever, because they're like, oh, that's what she wants to hear.
Yeah.
And then you can ask, oh yeah, do you see yourself doing that with anyone? And you're like, oh, that's interesting.
Wait,
yeah, do you see yourself like doing this with it, like sharing your life with anyone? Do you see yourself doing this with anyone? And then if he's just kind of like, no, yeah, I really would like to, you know, because 2 years is kind of, if you're like, okay, in 2 years' time, like I want to be with someone, right? If a guy's thinking about that, then you know he's probably more open to something serious.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's just like, oh yeah, like if I am doing it, cool, but then if I'm not, then that's fine too. Then it could be that he's not as intentional.
Okay, there's a question. Is it right? I need to try and phrase this right before I blab my mouth. Is there any truth in the notion that I think we might have touched on this last time, but
go for it.
Any truth in the notion that men have a sort of internal body clock where it's not necessarily the right person, wrong time. Yeah. It's just like I've got to the age of 30, and if you happen to be there, then I'm going to end up marrying you, rather than it being. You're at 22, they may have been the person for you, but like, no, I'm 22 years old. I'm not going to be wiping you off, locking you down for life sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay, timing is important, but it's not just whoever's there. So what I'll say is this. Timing is definitely important in terms of him being ready to settle down, right? You can't force him to be ready, right?
Yeah.
He has to get there on his own. Now, in terms of... because I get it. Sometimes, you know, we've seen it happen where a girl will be with a guy for 5-6 years. then he's with a girl for 12 months and he's proposed.
Yeah.
She's like,
Well,
what the
happened?
fuck?
It happened to my friend.
I put 6 years into this relationship.
It happened to my friend.
Yep.
And it was a very funny proposal because he posted it on Instagram. He was traveling away with her in Bali and he pulled out the ring out of an envelope.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got down on one knee in their little... Anyways, I digress.
Interesting.
Anyways, but yeah, but they were dating for like 6 months and after like a 5-year relationship, and it's just...
Yeah. So timing's important in terms of when he's ready. But when a guy's looking for a wife, it's very different than when he's looking for a girlfriend.
Sure.
Criteria is different.
Okay.
So when a guy is ready to settle down and he knows the kind of wife he wants, the girl who he sees that, he's like, cool, you're her. We can go straight in. Because when a guy's just looking for a girlfriend, he's just looking for someone that he has great chemistry with and he has a fun time with, right? But when he's looking for a wife, he's asking himself, okay, what kind of qualities does what does she have that I think she's going to be a good mother, right? Is she the kind of woman who is going to play a certain role in my life, that she's going to do that? Is she someone that I know I can trust implicitly with X, Y, and Z, right? So a lot of the time, and it's funny, I was having this conversation before you got here today, when it comes to choosing, because when a man's choosing for a wife, like he's choosing, I'm going to say it like this just to make a point. I want you to think about, it's kind of like he's choosing a role in a company. Like if you like create a company and you're looking for the CEO, you're not going to give it to your best friend just because you love her. Okay. You're going to choose the friend who has the requirements and has the qualities that you think is best for a CEO. Yep. It's exactly the same with guys with being a wife.
Question.
Go on.
Does this apply to men over the age of 35?
Yeah.
Who seem to never look. But when you find guys who are over the age of 35 and they're like, oh yeah, I'm not looking for anything serious, or like figuring out my dating goals and stuff, like looking for something short term, I'm like, will they actually ever be looking for a wife, realistically?
Okay. I'll tell you why that happens. Because, okay, as a woman, you have sexual abundance, right? As in you have plenty of options with guys. Literally, if I'm being honest, just by being a woman.
Slay.
Right? That's how it works, okay? Guys don't get that luxury. Guys only get an abundance of women, if they do, when they've developed a certain level of value within themselves in terms of who they are as a man, what they've achieved, how they present, competence, intelligence, experience, right? So the truth is, most guys never get to a position where they have options with women. Where they have like, oh, I have multiple women that I could date. Yeah. Right? Most guys never get there. I'm going to use this analogy, and it's a really old analogy, and anyone who's ever watched any kind of podcast content will recognize this. It's called the candy shop analogy. Have you heard of this?
No.
Okay. So it's, so imagine there's a candy shop, right? And as a woman, you're let in there the moment you turn 18. Okay. So you get in there and, you're trying all the different sweets. You're trying the Haribo, you're trying the Laffy Taffy, the Sticky Toffee, all of this stuff. Yeah. Okay. But the guys can't get in until they reach the age of 35, right? They've saved up to 50 to 100K in their account, and they've been training in the gym for at least 3 years consistent.
Right. Okay.
Right. So at 18, you're let into the candy shop.
Yeah.
15 years later, early mid-30s, the guys who qualify, they're now into the candy shop.
Right.
And we already know those 3 metrics alone, 90% of men don't qualify. Yeah. Right? It's only like 5 or 10%. So the guys that get in there, they're going to go crazy. They're going to be like, I'm going to try this sweet. I'm going to try this one. I'm going to have this one. You've been in there for 10, 15 years. You're like, yo, chill. They're just sweets. Like, why are you losing your mind? Relax. It's cool. Yeah. And we're at that age where you just need to choose one. Yeah. But for him, it's like he's had to work his ass off to get to a point where he can try all these different sweets. And now that he's in here, he's going to try all the different sweets.
Yeah, fair.
But you've been in there for the past 10, 15 years. So you're like, I know what I like. I know what I'm looking for. That's exactly what it is when you get like guys who are like in their mid-30s. And it seems like they're still figuring it out, because if they've never had a level of abundance or options, but now they're at a point where they do, because they've developed their career, they've developed themselves, they're now attractive to women. Yeah. They're like, well, they're like what you were like at 20. Okay. Where you're like, cool, I'm an adult, I can have these experiences.
So do you avoid them? Is that, or are they a red flag? Is that a red flag then?
If what?
in the sense that they've only, well, no, that's fair and unfair, really. So red flag. Because if they've then spent this time obviously building themselves up, career, gym, whatever you say, confidence.
Yep.
But then they're then more open to the, right now I'm ready to date and start going dating. Of course, they've got all this great back catalogue of things that girls would find ideal, but then they're open to date. So then is it best to kind of avoid those kind of men? Because they're like, well, obviously they may not be ready to settle down sort of thing.
I would say, I mean, ultimately, if you look for something serious and they express that they're not, then yeah, sure, regardless of his age or where he's at.
Yeah, sure.
You know, like he's just a man who's just not looking for something serious.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you why it seems guys in that age are not looking for anything serious, because there's no nice way to put this.
God.
Men and women peak at different seasons in their life.
Oh, that's fact.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I say peak, I mean as in when they are the most attractive to the other sex.
Most attracted to?
Attractive.
Oh, attractive.
Yeah. So like most women will get the most amount of attention when they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
Not 30s or 40s or 50s. No, unless she was like really unattractive when she was young and then she had a massive glow up.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, then sure, you might get more attention then compared to then, but like you kind of missed out on a lot of potential when you were younger, right?
Yeah.
So most women are going to get way more attention when they're younger compared to older.
Of course.
For guys, it's flipped.
Yeah.
Guys get more, especially if it's a guy who's working on himself, developing himself as a person, as a man in his career. As he gets older, he's going to get more attention.
Yeah.
And then there's like a threshold. Because the thing is, it's not linear, it's a curve for guys. So what I mean is like, let's say there's like
talk graphs.
Yeah, let's talk stats. Let's talk statistics. So like what I mean is this. It's kind of like it's kind of like building wealth.
Okay.
In a sense that it's not just straight linear. It's like, okay, you invest in this, you get a mortgage here, you become a landlord here. Like you kind of set layers, right? You kind of invest to set foundations. And then suddenly all the wealth starts coming in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that with guys and attracting women. It's like, okay, you start working on your body, great. You start working on your fitness, great. You start working on your confidence, cool. You start working on your career, financial progression, all of that, right? And you're going to be doing that, all those things. You're not going to see that much improvement. And then at one point, you suddenly just start getting attention from women.
Yeah.
You suddenly become that guy that when you walk into a room, at least one or two women are going to fancy you.
Yeah.
Right? And so because guys will work so hard, they're not seeing any results. And then suddenly they get to that point. And most guys, if they work their ass off, just the majority of guys, they're not going to get to that point until they're in their mid-30s.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that's when generally, I think guys in their mid-30s are like the most sought after, generally speaking. I think so, yeah. Because guys who are like, if he's like because he's still young enough to be like physically attractive.
Yeah.
But by that point, 9 times out of 10, he's kind of established in his career.
Sure, yeah.
Or he's establishing his career pretty securely at this point.
Yeah.
So he's pretty liquid. So he's in a position where he can like invite a woman into his life and provide some kind of great experiences, but he's also still young enough to kind of be physically attractive as well.
Sure.
So, because guys who are like 32, 33, 34, they'll be dating women who are like 22 to 35 if they wanted, even 45 if they really wanted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas women, it's like, when you're in your 20s, you get attention from guys who are 20 and 40.
Yeah, you can date your son any dad.
Literally. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why it seems like guys at that age it seems like, oh, it's like you're 35, you haven't figured this out yet. It's because he didn't get into the candy shop until 2 years ago, darling.
Yeah,
You've been in there for 15 years.
Yeah, valid.
You know, one thing that I think I've asked I had this huge fitness influencer on. This was like 6 months ago. Huge following. And he's completely loved his wife, all of this stuff, but he was like, good looking guy, great shape, has 2 beautiful daughters. And he was saying about when he was younger, he was just like absolutely playing the field, like just going.
A menace.
Just an absolute savage, right? And one thing I asked him, I was like, can guys get to a point where they stop seeking like sexual variety without having it? And he was like, no, I don't think they can.
Hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below, and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing